Analog synthesizers are amazing tools. They create sound electronically. You can sculpt unique tones and textures. This guide will help you begin your synthesis journey. We'll cover the basics of sound creation. You'll learn about the key components. We'll also explore techniques like shaping waveforms. Get ready to unlock a world of sonic possibilities. This guide will use simple language. Anyone can understand the concepts. Let's dive in and discover the magic of analog synthesis. Before we begin, it's important to understand the basic building blocks of an analog synthesizer. These core components work together to generate and shape sound. First, we have the oscillator, or VCO. The oscillator is the heart of the synthesizer. It produces the raw sound waves. Think of it as the voice of the synthesizer. Next, we have the filter, or VCF. The filter modifies the sound produced by the oscillator. Imagine it as a sculptor shaping clay. Following the filter, we have the amplifier, or VCA. The amplifier controls the volume of the sound. It determines how loud or quiet the sound is. The envelope generator, or EG, shapes the volume of the sound over time. Imagine it as a curve that controls how the sound fades in and out. Finally, the low-frequency oscillator, or LFO, modulates or changes other parameters over time, creating movement and texture in the sound. Let's start by connecting your synthesizer to a power source and turning it on. Make sure your speakers or headphones are connected to the appropriate output. Most synthesizers come with preset sounds called patches. These are pre-programmed sounds that showcase the synthesizer's capabilities. Select a simple patch, such as a basic sawtooth wave. This will serve as our starting point for sound design. Familiarize yourself with the synthesizer's controls. Locate the knobs, buttons, and sliders associated with the oscillator, filter, amplifier, envelope, and LFO sections. Section 4, Waveform Selection and Filter Shaping. Now, let's explore how to create different sounds by adjusting the oscillator waveform. The oscillator produces various waveforms such as sawtooth, square, and triangle waves. Each waveform has a unique sonic character. Experiment with selecting different waveforms using the oscillator waveform selector. Listen carefully to how each waveform sounds. Notice their differences and similarities. The filter section allows you to shape the sound further. The cutoff frequency knob controls which frequencies pass through the filter. Turning it clockwise allows higher frequencies to pass, making the sound brighter. Resonance emphasizes the frequencies around the cutoff frequency. Increasing the resonance adds a ringing or resonant quality to the sound. Section 5, ADSR envelopes controlling your sound. The ADSR envelope is a fundamental concept in synthesis. It stands for attack, decay, sustain, and release. It shapes the volume of the sound over time. Attack controls how quickly the sound reaches its maximum volume. A short attack results in a snappy sound. A longer attack creates a gradual fade-in. Decay determines how long it takes for the sound to decrease from its peak to the sustain level. A short decay creates a punchy sound, while a longer decay allows the sound to ring out. Sustain sets the volume level the sound holds after the decay stage. A high sustain level creates a continuous sound, while a low sustain level results in a shorter sound. Release controls how long it takes for the sound to fade out completely after a key is released. A short release results in an abrupt stop, while a longer release creates a trailing effect. Section 6, Modulation Magic, unveiling LFO power. Modulation is the key to adding movement and interest to your sounds. The low-frequency oscillator, or LFO, is a powerful tool for modulation. The LFO generates a repeating waveform at a low frequency. This waveform can modulate various parameters such as pitch, filter cutoff, or amplitude. The rate knob controls the speed of the LFO. A slow rate creates gradual changes, while a fast rate produces vibrato or tremolo effects. Depth controls the intensity of the modulation. Increasing the depth creates more pronounced effects. Experiment with different LFO waveforms, rates, and depths. Try modulating various parameters to create interesting and evolving sounds.